Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing Atalik in the 3-minute pool on ICC. Legendary Grandmaster Atalik. And I'll go into a semi-Slav if he allows me. No, we're going to get this line. This is kind of a weird line. I'll try to get my bishop outside the chain. He might go an early knight e5 though. I'm being ambitious with this move. This bishop outside the chain. Atalik tends to be on the slow side, so I will gladly take advantage of that if I can. So now that I played e6, maybe I can support this with b5. I'll go here just to stop this pawn's advance, and also maybe knight b6. So now that he is stopping me from playing b5, maybe I can support that in a different way. Do I want to waste time moving this bishop? Why not? I think I have good chances to hold on to this pawn for a while. Put the bishop on e7. Ooh, he's going to break in the center. Okay, I guess that could be expected. Let's get our knight in somewhere annoying. If I can put it on d3, that looks ideal. He can play f4, but that would be dangerous, wouldn't it? Let's take this way. My pawn structure is kind of shattered, but I think I can actually get the queens off the board now. Unless he plays something like queen e1. Or queen e2, queen d3, then queen e1. Might be his best chance. But then I can play like knight f3 check. Yeah, queen e1, knight f3. So that's no good for him. Strong knight, supported by this pawn. Also keeping an eye on the b2 square. Yeah, and if I take, he plays rook b1, so I probably don't want to do that. Maybe e5. Yeah, let's go e5. This makes sure he can't play e5, so his bishop is like now blocked in. Maybe I can go knight g4 soon. So he plays to stop that. Let's go here. My knight was no longer good on f6. It couldn't go to g4, so no point in keeping it there. That pawn on b2 is kind of up in the air. Now I can do this. This is my idea. And try to trade and then get this knight into b3 maybe. He should probably play bishop f1 and try to eliminate one of my knights at least. Okay, he's trying to go to e3 so he can attack the c4 pawn, so maybe I should play b5. Just searching for a way to maybe take advantage of knight b3 tricks. There's not really any tricks though. I'll just do this. Take. Okay, this looks really good for me. He can bring his knight to e3 and then d5, but there's nothing to do. Yeah, let's just jump in. Maybe I'll castle now. It's kind of funny. Just so my rook can hit the pawn on f3. Super knight, super protected knight. Knight d4 looks pretty good. But so does this. This will be a funny trap of his rook. You play knight takes b4. Really? Okay. Just making sure I don't get like double checked knight e7 or knight f6. This is a funny move because now when he takes my knight, I'm going to do this move. I mean, I was winning in a couple different ways there, but this is the most artistic. Death by knights. Death by steeds. So, alright, decline that challenge. Let's take a look. So, he tried a fianchetto system. I think it's just a little out of place here. I don't think g3 is like a particularly good move. I think he should maybe play knight e5 immediately if he wants to ensure that he gets this pawn back. I wonder if then I could play something kind of wacky like this and then check. And then go in the a2 pawn. Wonder if that's possible. Might be risky though. Here, rook a1. This gets weird. Maybe queen b3, I don't know. But might be something he should think about. Because in the game, he never really got compensation, did he? I think it's important to play a5. I like that move. If he's able to play a5 himself, like let's say I play bishop e7 and he goes here, I feel a lot less positive about my chances to defend this c4 pawn. Because b5 is prevented, not prevented, but it's hindered a little bit because he can take en passant and my knight can't get to b6. So I like a5. Common idea in this structure. It's like a Slav type move. Here, I thought for a second about just leaving my bishop here, letting him take it, but I think bishop g6 is solid enough. Now, d5 seemed like he was overreaching a little bit, but I understand his desire to open the position quickly. But he should probably play like queen e2 or maybe pawn b3 and just play it like a pure gambit. Because I'm going to guess the computer's going to hate d5. It says queen e2, it gives some compensation for white. Yeah, now knight e5. And things just got really, really good for me. Queen d3, try to force the queens off. Yeah, and if he avoids the trade with this, I think knight f3 check is really good. Take, take. There's even some mating threats he's got to watch out for soon. So, instead, he traded. And my point about knight takes b2 was that, you know, he can go, let's say, rook f b1. And if my knight moves, then he takes here. And that's not what I want, because look at my pawns on the queen side. Not to mention my other horrible pawns over here. So I would like to keep my b pawn. And I have a nice structure on this side of the board, a 4-2 majority. And a great knight on d3. I don't want to mess that up. I like e5. I think that's a good move. Let's see what the computer thinks. Thought about knight g4 to harass that bishop. And then if here, like, then I can play e5 maybe. Or just, yeah, take on h2 or something. But I think this is a good move as well. He kind of has to eliminate this knight. If he can't eliminate that knight, there is not much to be said for his position. Yeah, now this is getting bad. b5. I guess I could have played knight b3. But this is also good. Oh, he could have gone knight c3 back. I didn't see that move. Don't know that it would make much difference, but that attacks this. I probably would have played b4, knight d5, and then maybe castle or king f7. Ah, but he can go here and hit my rook and the pawn on c4. I was worried when I played b5 that I was overextending myself. But I guess a takes b5, c takes b5, knight c3, knight b3. Let's say rook a2, I don't know. Oh, I'm going to trap his rook in a similar way. Knight dc1, rook here. Oh, and b4, yeah, because it's a fork. Okay. So even that was good. So if here, knight takes b5, knight takes a1, check. King f7, let's say take. And I can take and go into this endgame because I win b2. With the probably winning endgame, yeah. So maybe knight c3 was a better practical chance for him. I like this move, castles. Never too late to castle, right? Move 23. I wanted to ensure that if bishop f1, he has to give me this pawn on f3. So, I mean, granted, in that line, he could take on d3, and then if I were to take here, he could take here. But I was just going to do this instead. Keep my great knight on b3. So, like I said, if he can't get rid of at least one of my knights, then he's just in big trouble, just waiting for the inevitable execution. This was a cute move. I thought he was going to take and try to play this position, but there's no hope. Yeah.
Check.
Yep, b3. So, hope you guys enjoyed that game, and please feel free to leave me any feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys.